Welcome back to Real Talk, and we're still celebrating everything Japanese on the show today. And I remember ever since I was a little girl, talagang wow, I was so crazy about everything Japanese, from the Sanrios to the Hello Kitties, and it's still so popular to this day, the toys. And Christine, culture, diba? Japanese culture is definitely all the
For
craze.
sure, I was just talking to our guest earlier, and I have 3 boys, and we
Yes.
went through the whole Japanese. But I would like to introduce,
Yes.
with me right now, we have Dr. Carl Ian Cheng Chua. He's the Director of Japanese Studies Program at Ateneo de Manila University. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I was going to say it's very Chinese, but very Japanese.
Yeah, very Chinese, very Japanese, but also Ilonggo.
Oh, very
Yeah, Ilonggo also.
nice mix. So, briefly, what would you say would be the most popular Japanese toys here in the Philippines?
Right now, those that are actually integrated into apps. So you have Pokemon and probably Neko Atsume, this cat game. Yeah.
Yes, but how about mga Power Rangers and all those things that my kids...
Probably for older people.
Older people? Okay. Well, here's another gentleman that definitely knows his toys. He's the owner of Great Toys Online, Malvin Lim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Yeah. So when did you start your toy store naman here in the Philippines?
I started my toy store in year 2001.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's been around
Yes,
a while. And ever since ba talagang isa sa mga the most saleable toys are the Japanese toys that you have in the store?
Yes, of course. Japanese toys like example Dragon Ball,
Dragon
Sailor
Ball.
Moon, of
Yes.
course Voltes 5.
Oh, yes, ever since, no? I think since the 70s almost. But I can't believe that they're still around. And is it more like parang throwback, and is it the older people that like these, or also kids still appreciate these types of things?
Of course, what the kids would want today, their parents would influence them.
Right, so tell us about these things that we have on the table today.
So basically, these things are. It's a very good lineup of basically the popular Japanese.
The most popular toys,
Right.
okay. And what is this here? This is so cool. I think my pamangkin would love this. Yeah.
Her
Who's
name
this?
is Hatsune Miku.
Hasune Miku, okay.
She's part of she's a Vocaloid and manufactured by Good Smile Company.
Okay, and is it like an anime thing, or is it from a cartoon, or parang wala talagang I'm so behind. Okay.
It's more of an idol, the singer, anime character that can sing and
character that
dance.
can sing and dance. Okay, and of course little girls wanna emphasize. This is so cute, as you can see. This is so super Japanese. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but that short skirt, that like plaid skirt.
I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
why is it that a lot of like the female Japanese toys are very sexy and curvy with short skirts?
Well, probably because most of the people that actually consume this are guys, and most of these guys are not really socially adept.
Oh, really?
So when you say guys, it's more for older men, not old, but not really for little boys.
Not necessarily. Actually, about teenagers up to about 20s,
Yes.
they begin collecting these.
So it's more the collectibles, Malvin.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. Yes.
And these are expensive because they're collectibles.
Yes, diba?
Actually, the Japanese market, the demand of the Japanese market is much higher. So
Okay.
they demand precision, quality with regard to their product.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that there's also affordable Japanese toys that's
Okay,
available.
all right. So what about these? Like, what is the most affordable thing here on this table right now?
An example would be this one. Like this is the Daruma Club.
Okay, which one is that?
This one, the Daruma.
This one, the Ruma Club. Okay. Parang they're like, they're like, they can bounce back and forth.
How
Okay.
much would something like that cost
It's 600 peso for
Okay.
each one.
for each?
Okay.
The Daruma is it's a good luck object given by people to their friends and family
Oh, wow.
from the
Okay.
temple.
All right. So it's like parang, okay. And then you just display it and it's supposed to bring you good luck.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right.
Who
Okay.
would your usual clients be?
My usual
Come to the store.
on
What
average
age
is
range?
15 years old to as old as 35.
Okay.
Then around 70% male, 30% female.
What would
Yeah.
meron pa to buy for their boyfriends? But
Yes.
what would your favorite toy be? Are you a big fan of what?
For me, I'm a big fan of the super robot genre.
Oh, this one,
Yes.
these things here.
The Boldest Five and
Boldest Five,
Amazing
yeah.
Z behind you.
Yeah.
Yes, we still have a lot new super robots coming out, as well as remakes of the old ones. Example would be Gundam. This is the red
That
frame.
one, yeah.
Frame.
So cool.
It's made by Bandai under the Metal Build line. So it's part of Gundam has been around since the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And this is one of the newer designs that they've released.
Yes, and of course the forever popular Hello Kitty with the girls, right? I mean, it's like forever. I mean, what is the last thing? What is the Professor? What do you think is why are Japanese people so crazy about cats?
I guess probably what you had mentioned as well. The first experience they had would be Hello Kitty, a popular cat, right? Which
Yes.
became currently a girl.
Yeah.
The other thing is they're trying to already present this cuteness, and they don't see that in dogs. But
Oh.
now they're trying. But now they have dog characters right now.
They
With the-
do.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
Shiba Inu
Alright.
and so on.
But traditionally, Japanese people find cats parang cuter.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, and then so where can we find these toys?
Yes.
Only online, or is there a store?
Actually, we have 4 retail stores. One
Okay.
in Green Hills, another one's Annapolis Green Hills.
Okay.
The third store would be at Festival Super Mall in Alabang. And our main branch would be in Fernando Street in Buendia Avenue, Pasay. So except for that, we have authorized dealers and resellers all over the Philippines.
Wow, but a lot of these really collector items. So
They are.
are they really? Are your? Do you know if your customers really just keep them in the box and like, or do they actually play with them?
A lot. We notice a lot for the Japanese customers. They do play with their toys and really enjoy. They really put their heart into enjoying what they purchase.
Yes.
Yes.
And where do you get your toys?
Since we are exclusive Philippine distributor, we get them direct from the Japanese manufacturers.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you. It's been a fascinating discussion. And when we get back, we'll delve deeper into Japanese pop culture. Still with Dr. Carl.
Yes, in the meantime, please share your thoughts on Facebook or tweet us at CNN Philippines with the hashtag #CNNPH Real Talk. We will see you in a bit. Don't go away. All the toys in front of you, right?
I know. But once again, the Japanese have unleashed yet another craze that the world is going gaga over. And of course, that's the Pokemon Go.
That's right. So kids finally, and of course adults, finally have the chance to catch them all with the smash hit application Pokemon Go. Released in over 25 countries since July 6th. The app has quickly gained the attention of gamers who want to live their dreams of becoming Pokemon trainers. Players use their devices, cameras, and GPS to catch Pokemon in parks, malls, and even bodies of water in the real world.
And still with us on the show is Dr. Carl Ian Cheng Chua, the Director of Japanese Studies Program at the Ateneo de Manila University.
Okay, welcome
Hi.
back.
Yes, welcome back.
You were with me earlier. So what exactly is Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go is right now it's an app which uses augmented reality. It allows players to actually play using their cell phones in the real world.
Yes.
Right? And
So they use the camera of the phone.
Yes.
And they take images of what's around them.
Actually, it's not like images. It's like they walk around.
It's a video.
It's a video
where they of their location.
Yes.
Okay.
And for example, like if I show the camera here, there might be a Pokemon there, and
I see.
so that's why it's called augmented reality.
Yes.
It's real, but there's something there that doesn't exist.
Right.
That's there.
And it's already like I think exceeded the popularity of Candy Crush Saga.
Yeah.
That's right. Why do you think that happened? What is it about Pokemon Go that is like that everyone's so crazy about it right
Well,
now?
one thing is that you now have multi-generation. I think something that we talked about before. You had several generations who were fans. Like for my generation, we were watching it and we were playing the cards. And now you have a new generation who are being influenced with a new form of playing it.
Right.
Why is Japanese pop culture so popular in our country right now?
I guess it's more of that in the Philippines, we're actually experiencing so many types of popular culture. We experience a lot of the US, we experience a lot of UK, and it's something different. And if you look at it, for the recent time, we haven't had a dedicated channel for Japanese media until probably in the 2000s.
Okay.
So when you now have this very different media, it's now it's an attraction to the consumers, or at least to the viewers.
When you say different, what is different?
When you look at the drawing styles, when you look at the stories, normally when you think about American or British animation, we think about Disney happily ever after.
Yes.
The princess.
But for Japanese ones, they love killing main characters. So it's
quite
different.
violent, isn't it?
It's part of it is violence, part of it is about stories.
Okay.
So
alright.
why would you say that they do depict that kind of culture? Why the violence?
Well, not necessarily violence, but it's actually reality.
Yes.
The difference here is that when you look at American or British, let's say animation, they try to let you leave reality. But with Japanese animation, part of its attraction is you try to imagine yourself as the main character themselves.
That's right. So they're a little bit more genkoi. They're like they're not as perfect.
Yes.
What would you say would Japanese pop culture be? And would you say it's quite similar to Philippines pop culture?
It's about regular characters, everyday settings, and a little bit of adventure.
And
That's
compared to us here in the Philippines.
Yeah, for us in the Philippines, we're still probably in that stage of fantasy. If you notice, a lot of our teleserye, they're pretty much, except for the dramas, right?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But for animation, we're still working with fantasy. You have monsters and so on.
Yes.
Yeah,
so even the Philippines with comics, and then other in the state you have the Marvel and all that. What do the Japanese have?
Oh, they have manga.
Manga. Okay,
Yes.
and tell us about that.
Manga essentially is basically like comics.
Okay.
But the difference here is if you look at it from a aesthetics perspective, they do it in panels. For us, kasi when you say comics, it's very basic panels, like the comic strips and newspapers.
Yes.
But for manga, they move beyond the panel. So it allows you to go, you have pictures that break away from the panel itself. And it attracts people.
Yeah.
So why like there's such craze, their toys
Yes.
and all of these with all of the cartoons that they
Yes.
do have in Japan and their animation. Why tayo wala? Kulang tayo sa merchandise?
That's right.
Or what is it that we lack that we cannot also develop our own?
Yeah, that's weird because there are so many Filipinos that are animators that work, and they even win awards. In fact, in some of the award-giving bodies in the US. But
There's actually right now a new study called Media Mix. So it's about trying to make people remember everything, and that's what toys are about. That's what movies are about. So you don't just finish a project and forget about it, but rather you create other products that make people constantly remember the product itself. Hello Kitty is a good example.
Yes.
As a kid, I saw it as a TV show, but which Billy is my age. But what happens is that they built the Sanrio shops, right?
Okay.
You have stationery, you have clothes. So even if the TV show is gone, you're constantly
you're still
Yes.
Pero tayo wala.
Tayo lang, kasi we're not yet at that stage, or something to the effect that we're trying to experiment with it.
You're right. I have a theory about that. Is it because Filipinos are so into next? I mean,
Yes.
they don't necessarily appreciate what's been there for a long time. It's always they want something bago.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
And I guess we're also highly influenced by so many other countries.
Yes,
that
but
we
parang bombarded with so many different.
like to absorb.
It's
Yeah.
probably like that as well, but it's
Yes.
something to change the way we think about things. It's not about trying to get the next best thing, but to actually use the things that we have, right? And you see that we have remakes right now. Darna.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Yeah.
now being Encantadia, I think it's also, yeah.
The day we have Encantadia toys will be the day.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so
Okay.
much for enlightening us
Thank
when it comes to
you.
all of these Japanese toys and the Japanese pop culture. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. We hope you found this episode as Japanese as we did.
Well, I'm definitely going to go for some Japanese food after this episode. Thanks also to all of our viewers for watching. See you again next time here on Real Talk.